Hola, gringos y gringos, and welcome to
Gringos Are Us.
That's What the Plan.
I'm Marv.
I'm Gina.
This week, our first impressions from here in Oaxaca. Coming up next.
And welcome back. Yes, this is our first impressions video of Oaxaca de Juarez, or just more commonly known as Oaxaca City.
Yep. And it's a city. I mean, it's definitely the biggest city in the state of Oaxaca. Didn't quite know what to expect until we started rolling on the carretera and started coming into town. And suddenly it was like, no, it's a city.
It's a city. But we really haven't driven anywhere. We haven't driven anywhere since we got here.
No, the car got in the garage and it is sat there. It is moved forward so that the health official could check the Tinaco, and then it got rolled right back. That was it.
Yeah, so we are here for an extended period this time, almost 3 months. It's like 10 weeks. So it has been about a month. Now, granted, I wasn't feeling good for about the first 2 weeks, so the first impressions got pushed off for a little while. But the second 2 weeks, we got out on foot. We went into Centro.
Well, we had a little bit of time. You started feeling better. We started getting adventurous. And then we started making our plans. And then suddenly, the rains came.
Yeah, it was raining pretty good for about a week. It was Hurricane John rolling through. So we didn't do a lot of foot traffic because who wants to walk in the rain?
No.
And then, of course, in another episode, we ended up becoming mommy and poppy of a litter of kittens. Well, yeah, it was 2 litters, but
Two.
we weren't really caring for the other ones, and that'll be another video.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we got out on foot. One of the things we do when we want to do a grocery run is we walk to the Chedraui,
Mm-hmm.
and then we cab back to our Airbnb.
Yeah, it's 15-minute walk, and then the cab ride is 60 pesos, and with tip, 80, 70, 80, or if it's a pure downpour, here's 100. Thank you for helping unload. I mean...
Yeah, because they help you unload your groceries from the trunk, too, and it was really bad one day.
And that was also the one where he couldn't get to our side of the road. We had to park on the other side of the road. So we had to walk all the way across the street in the pouring rain, and he was so gracious to help bring the groceries across for us. So it was like, here's 100. No cambio necesario. Yeah.
Yes, we do have mercados we can shop at. So we have been to the one that's in our neighborhood. It's not a really big one, but they have the essential things. One of the things they had was an outstandingly delicious and inexpensive lunch.
Well, there's about 4 or 5 different options there. And when we first walked in, the gentleman was waving us over, and we were like, this place, because we were there to pick up a few things. And once we got our few things, walked back and handed us the menu, and we got to choose. And
there were a couple of options. Everything was served in courses.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, we're at a mercado. This is not supposed to be a sophisticated meal. So then everything was served in courses. It started with a soup. So you had 2 options for soup.
A soba or a crema.
Yes. That's delicious. Yes. And then we had your starch. So you had an option of rice or, what was it? Oh, spaghetti?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
See?
Okay. And then it was the protein.
Mm-hmm.
So you had your choice of, there were like 4 or 5 meal options there for that.
I think it was a little longer than that, but yeah.
I got the chicken with the mole negro. Oh, guys, I wanted to lick the mole from the plate.
And I got the stewed.
Yes.
And
then
wasn't quite sure what to expect on that, but
it was good. It was
good.
Tomato based.
Yes, it was a very tomato based product, and it was very good.
That is the most complex arrangement of flavors. The notes, I mean, you taste the chocolate, you taste the smokiness, you taste the peppers. It's delicious. It really is good. You could say, I really like that sauce.
And then we weren't even expecting it. It also came with dessert. Now, the dessert was just, they had one dessert, and it was rice and milk. I was just like, wow, this is something that I would sometimes make for breakfast in the United States. A little rice, a pat of butter, some cinnamon, a little sugar, and milk. Delicious. That was $5 each, with tip included.
I think that would be correct. Yeah, it was about 200 pesos total. So yeah,
Yes.
about $5 a
It
piece.
was $5.
Maybe
a piece.
even a little below that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was very affordable.
Very
Very good.
filling. Very
Yes.
filling. And we're going to stop for just a moment because this is a long time coming. It's long overdue. I need to say thank you to some of you for your very generous donations to our PayPal Me. I'm going to put the QR on the screen. Honestly, this isn't this isn't us begging for money, but if you happen to like our content and you want to throw a little bit our way, we're very happy to accept it, and we do thank you for that.
She'll buy Molly, I'll buy cerveza. Yeah.
Or something
Whatever.
like that, you
Yeah.
know.
But thank you very much to Lena, Richard, and Mark. We appreciate your kind donations.
Yes, yes. And, you know, that was through PayPal. We encourage the PayPal Me or the Buy Me a Coffee, mostly because they take out the least amount of fees.
Buy me a Corona.
Buy Me a Corona. I don't have that set up.
I know.
Actually, PayPal Me doesn't take out any fees. So that's why we always kind of suggest that. But thank you. Thank you.
Google has enough money.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you again so much to you guys for your generosity. We appreciate you so much.
Back to the video. In Centro, when we walk the Centro area, one of the things to keep in mind is that right now Centro is going through a facelift, and they're doing a huge facelift job in revitalization of the Jardín, the Zocalo, and some of the surrounding areas. And it's a 5 billion peso project. So it's a big project that's going on. So you're not able to get to a lot of things. And the problem there becomes when you start getting a lot of people in there, you've now efficiently eliminated a lot of space where these people could normally spread out.
Yeah.
So it did get a little more compact with the number of people trying to get around. But there's some stunning sculptures outside of the church.
I can't remember the name of the church. Forgive me at this moment. I'm going to show it though, as much as I can. It'll be on the screen here. Very unusual for any church that we've seen so far in Mexico. This was not your typical, Baroque facade or some kind of fancy cathedral looking. This was so very Gothic to me.
Middle Ages.
Inside, very blocky. It was very cool. But so different. And I enjoyed that a lot. And as he said, right outside of that, amazing sculptures.
Which you have to really pay attention to because there's detail. The sculptures themselves are humongous. But the little details that go into how this particular artist made it, you have to just go, whoa, hold on. Those are fish that are making up the cape. And these are people helping build the person who is constructing.
Yes.
And I mean, it's a very socially conscious piece of art
And clever.
and very clever. Yes, very witty.
It was really interesting. Of course, they have all the decorations above the streets. They're getting ready now. They were, at the time we were down there, they were getting ready for Independence Day.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to be preparing for Dia de los Muertos, obviously. I'm hoping that they will have those barriers down for Dia de los
I'm sure they're probably working
because that's a
as
big
fast as they
deal.
can
You know, Oaxaca gets a lot
of tourism.
of tourism
Mhm.
around that holiday. You know, there was something else that happened, and I did get some recording of it, as does happen in many Mexican states. The people like to protest in person, and we walked through something that day. The crowd was
They were
pretty thick.
chanting something.
They were chanting
Yes.
something very rhythmically and over again. I don't know what it was, but yeah, we passed through that. It was peaceful, but we were a little concerned about getting through.
Well,
it,
yeah, because
you know.
I mean, our whole thing was let's see if we can traverse this mass of humanity
Yeah.
without interrupting or being seen as being rude or anything
Right.
else. And it was effectively blocking the entire street right across from the government building there. So, you know, we managed to wiggle our way through there and come out on the other side. And that's when we found the Centro area. After having toured Centro, we ended up finding the tourist mercado.
Yeah, it was Mercado Bonito Juarez. And it's one of the bigger ones that people tend to go to. I would consider it more of a tourism mercado because it was full of a lot of wares, things you could buy, souvenirs, trinkets, maybe some leather goods, things like that. We were looking for a mercado with food. I was specifically looking for a type of bean. We were looking for a couple types of spices. Very small selection in there. Not a horrible selection, but just a small area of this mercado is actually food and foodstuffs.
And the wet area where the, you know, carne is and the pollo was really limited. I mean,
Yeah.
There was only a handful. There was like 6 or 8 inside for the carne. I think there was maybe 6 or 8 for the pollo, and then boom, you're outside
Yeah,
again.
I mean, it was limited in the food stuff. So we ended up going to a more local mercado. We got what we needed immediately there. And there are a lot of mercados that are within walking distance to us. The biggest one in Oaxaca is not horribly far away from us, maybe a 20, 25-minute walk.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
we were going to walk to the farthest part, which is the big one, and then work our way back and stop in at 2 of the smaller ones on the way out.
And mentioning this, we were told by our host, and then we were reminded about it from someone we met locally here, that this really, really large mercado was well known for petty crime.
Pickpockets.
Pickpockets, people steal your jewelry, your wallet, your phone, things like that. So, you know, just another example of being safe here. I mean, our host even told us don't walk around at night. You know, take a cab. If you're out late, take a cab back. Crime happens here. It's a city.
Be
So,
aware, just
Yeah,
like any place
just be
else.
aware. Just be aware. So I am looking forward to going to the big mercado. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to record this. There's got to be a good way of doing it so that I don't have to worry too much about my equipment. Maybe strap it around my wrist.
See? Yep.
There's another really large mercado, Mercado Merced. That's not too far from us. So when we go to Santo Domingo,
Santo Domingo Iglesia.
We'll get that
It's
way.
about 5-6 blocks away from that, so we're gonna and then cut over.
but we haven't been there yet.
But The people here, just like the rest of Mexico.
Amazing, amazing. Oh, you know who's been the best? People who deliver our food. Yes, we have finally found ourselves a city where we can order food and it shows up.
Yeah, we haven't had a failure yet, which so
We've
far, that's...
We've ordered pizza.
Mhm.
We've ordered KFC. We
Mhm.
ordered something else one time. I'm trying to remember what it was, but the point is it gets here.
Yes.
It gets here, and it gets here quickly. And the people who bring it are so, so nice. They really are.
And they've all been doing it in the rain. And
Yes.
I mean,
Because it rains here. We're in rainy season, and you can expect an afternoon shower around 3 or 4, or maybe around 6 or 7, and it'll last an hour or two.
and can dump an inch or two of rain. I mean,
Yeah.
it's nothing tropical storm dimensions or anything, but it can get pretty heavy.
I don't know if you can hear that. That's our church bell.
Mass must be starting here shortly.
We are in a neighborhood, a residential neighborhood, and it has all the residential neighborhood sounds.
Yes.
We have 2 different churches that ring at different times of the day. We have a garbage pickup service, more of a private service, where they ring a bell in the morning.
Yep.
And you run out and take your garbage to them, and maybe 10 pesos. But our host actually takes care of this for us.
And not only have the neighborhood sounds, they have the neighborhood smell.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Oh. There's a bakery across the street, guys. And this bakery, especially getting close to Dia de los Muertos, I believe it's called yema, an egg yolk type of bread. Apparently, they're known world over for their bread, and they ship internationally. And right before Dia de los Muertos, they actually use this room behind us.
All across the front.
All across the front, the host lets them use it as additional storage for the volumes and volumes of this bread that they bake. But aside from that special bread, the daily smells. We can smell them baking about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and then they're baking again. You can smell it again at like 1 or 2 in the morning if you happen to be awake.
All through the night. I mean,
Yes.
get up to have, because we
So
have to
good.
traverse the Jardín to get to the bathroom, and you walk out, and the first thing you notice is it raining or not? Then, and you're like, please, please, please. But then all of a sudden, if it's not, you're doing your leisurely stroll. Well, maybe on the way back, you're
And
doing
then
a
it hits
leisurely
you.
stroll. And then you go, oh, man,
Yeah,
fresh
It
bread.
hits you hard, and I can't.
Ooh.
Guys, I am a bread person so badly. I want to eat that bread, We did walk across the street and we got 4 dinner rolls from them. And I wouldn't call them dinner rolls.
They're more the size of a torta.
They're like torta rolls, kind of. They were big, round,
Yeah.
and they're very delicious. We bought some store-bought cochinita pibil and had sandwiches one night, but the buns, the rolls, they were very good. I have not smelled the chocolate. There is a place around here that apparently you can smell the chocolate.
One street over.
I haven't smelled it yet, but I'm looking forward
Can't
to.
get past the bread.
I'm going to go and get some of that chocolate and the yema bread, and yeah.
Well, it's known for its chocolate, its coffee, and its mole. All in that one little tienda.
Guys, this is the place to eat. This is a foodie's paradise. Like, I'm not even kidding. It really is. But I don't know. First impressions, I have to say, because we've pretty much been sequestered in our neighborhood and haven't gotten out too terribly frequently, I can only assess from this neighborhood, it's very quiet by Mexican standards. Yeah, we got barking dogs. We got some kind of I don't know what they are. Parakeets or something.
There's some parrots
Or
around
something.
here.
Yeah, we can hear them. We've got a house of like 20 or 30 cats behind us, and they get into cat fights, and there's meowing, and
And guess where the litters
the
came
litters
from?
came from. Yeah. It's just neighborhood sounds.
Yeah. Church
And
bells.
in comparison to maybe being closer to central or deeper in a big city, it's quiet.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we get the occasional, because we're not that far from the Periferico, so we can hear sirens
we can hit
they go
highway
by.
traffic. We can hit the traffic.
But, on a whole,
We get the bottle rockets occasionally, like you do everywhere.
is it a day that ends in Y?
Exactly. And everyone that we met has been great. I
Yes.
even made a trip today, 2.5 blocks down the street to the vet, because I took a couple of these kittens down there to get checked out, just to make sure they're healthy enough to be adopted out, try to figure out how old they are, etc. One of the nicest professional-looking buildings I have seen. It's even nicer than some of the doctor's offices we've seen. Incredible. And it was just, and they were so nice and so kind and didn't charge us a dime to look at these 2 little orphan kittens today.
Probably because we're trying to help them out.
I guess
So they're a little bit,
the cab
Putting-
drivers.
putting the kitty out to help out the cause.
Yes. The cab drivers have been great, very pleasant.
Oh, yeah.
One of them even laughed because he was playing a song sung by Disturbed, and I started singing it in the back, and I was like doing it like just like David Draymond does, and the cab driver's laughing. He thought that was
Well,
fun.
I mean, and the people at the Lavanderia, they made a mistake. They made a mistake on our bill in our favor, and when I went to go pick it up, I pointed out to them that the math was wrong and that we owed them, más dinero. That gracias. Because I mean, it's only 100 pesos, but I hate for them to do the work and then go, oh man,
Exactly.
and
And they do a really good job.
they do.
A really good job. We're going to be going to a rock concert, a Mexican rock concert. He's just kind of like, it might not be his cup of tea. I don't know. But I got the cheap seats because it'll just be something for us to do.
We'll find out.
Caifanes is the name of the band. And apparently everyone that I know in Mexico would, Caifanes, like they think they're awesome. So hopefully we have a great show. And that's pretty much where we are.
Yeah.
So first impressions, I think, for me at least, are very good. I find it to be very affordable here. Meals and produce and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were a little, we splurged a little bit on a pizza, and we're like, wow, this is a lot. Then we didn't realize that when he came and dropped the pizza off, it was the size of a manhole cover.
It's
And,
serious. Yeah.
and we were like,
We ate that pizza for 2.5, 3 days.
okay. It was actually a good buy.
Yeah, it was a good, and it was a very good pizza.
Yeah.
Really good. Good crust.
Yeah, it was there. I'm not translating. The advertisement was the Big Four.
The Big Four. That's what they called it. And it came with basically
4 different quadrants.
all
of-
meat, Hawaiian, Mexican, and pepperoni mushroom.
Mhm.
And the Hawaiian was awesome.
Yep.
But the Mexican, that was really good. It had jalapenos and stuff on it. I think chorizo too. I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, no, it was more than what we normally spend for a pizza, but it was a lot more pizza than what we normally buy.
I never ate
yeah.
2.5 days with
Yeah,
it.
no,
So
no,
yeah,
it was good.
Good.
But yeah, going to the Mercado, I mean, Chedraui is Chedraui. That's the prices are the same whether we're here,
Right.
Huatuco, Merida, wherever we go to a Chedraui.
I do feel like we're spending less money on groceries at this point. We've been to the Chedraui, I think, 3 times now.
Yeah, and we really have not
Yeah.
hit it with one of our signature. Oh my God! Here's a 4, 5, 6,000 peso.
Yeah, no, we have.
We have not had one of those yet. So
No. We're trying to be somewhat conservative with what we buy because of the storage and things like that.
and we want to make sure we eat everything that we buy. So
Right.
and the other thing is because it is rainy season,
Mm-hmm.
the bugs are out.
The bugs are out in full force,
So
especially ants
Mhm.
and especially tiny ants. And so it's been a little difficult controlling them. Have
and we
It
talked
is
to
what
our
it is.
hostess, and she's like,
she ends it too.
es el mismo en mi casa. It's the same there. It's just this is the time of the year, and the little boogers can get into anything.
Oh, and our property manager, who lives across the street, runs a water refill, a Galaphone business. And we went down there and got our Galaphones. We didn't get new ones.
Nope, just walk down with the old Garifon,
They wash them.
inside and out.
And and you can see all their filters.
Mm-hmm.
They must run it through 4 different filters at least. Yeah.
And it was like, okay, boom.
They fill them, cap them, reseal them with the plastic shrink wrap, the whole bit.
Yep. And here you go.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty impressive. Very, very, very professional setup.
Mm-hmm.
Not a water house.
No.
No, not a water house. So, and they get a lot of business. I see people carrying stuff down there all the time.
Constantly.
Yeah. So, we're in a great location. We're in a nice neighborhood, and the people have been great. We do need to get out and explore a little more, but price-wise, people-wise, area-wise, I'm pretty pleased with this. I have very good, strong first impressions on this.
Eso mismo de la ciudad, antes. It's the same as most of the cities we've visited before. The people are great.
Yeah.
Being in a great neighborhood, because we do our homework as far as trying to choose wisely as to where we stay.
Mm-hmm.
And so, no, all things considered, another wise choice, and glad we're here.
And I'm glad we're here. And yes, our Spanish, more so for him than me, but our Spanish has been very helpful here because there's not a lot of English being spoken anywhere. Occasionally somebody will say something, but really this is predominantly all Spanish only.
I had to deal with the government people coming today to
Yes.
check the Tanacos.
Yes. And fortunately, when I went to the vet, there's a woman who's been helping me try to place the kittens, and she's been helping a great deal. Thank you, Mary. She's been helping me with things. She has been here for 7 years. She still takes Spanish lessons, but let me tell you, she could converse pretty darn well with most people, and I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Someday that'll be us. But
Eventually.
really, in this area, honestly, Spanish is pretty much predominantly what you're going to hear. You're not going to get a lot of English speakers. So
No.
it's not like a lot of the other cities we've been to.
You just smile and roll with it, and
Yeah.
they roll with your mistakes.
Yeah.
And we were actually laughing today with the government because, I was trying to come up with a word, and so she just started laughing at "lo siento." And she said, no, So
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm happy with it.
yeah,
That's our review, our very first impressions of Oaxaca de Juarez. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you're liking our videos, please help support our channel and our channel's growth by giving us a like, a thumbs up, a subscribe, share it with your friends.
like you guys have been doing. It's just been sort of
Exactly.
like, whoosh.
It's starting to snowball. But, your friends, your family, your cousins, your dogs, your cats, all that.
You selling cell phone service, friends and family?
I know.
I mean,
We are Gringos R Us.
expats with the plan.
Remember, we're doing it. You can too.
A little friend up there with some more videos you might want to check out.
Hasta la próxima.
Adios.